Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and it's time for our 7th episode of the Pokémon Stadium 2 playthrough. In the last episode, after dealing with Team Rocket in Gym Leader Castle, we did continue onward. We took on Price, I believe it was, managed to earn our way into the next gym, so we're going to go right into there right now. There is only one gym leader left for us to deal with before getting to the Elite Four. You shall see it is Claire, of course, in Blackthorn City Gym, but she has a number of Pokemon trainers with her, I am sure. 2. Alright, so cool trainer Gloria, cool trainer Vince. Let's jump right in here. I'll show you the team I'm choosing for today. Of course, I got Blaze, our Charizard, Fire Punch, Dragon Breath, Fire Blast, and Slash, holding the Dragon Fang. We have Sprout, our Venusaur, with Solar Beam, Sunny Day, Leech Seed, and Toxic, with the Miracle Seed item. Of course, they're all going to be level 50 here. Sheldon, our Blastoise, with Surf, Ice Punch, Bide, and Skull Bash, holding the leftovers. We have Fluffy, our Dragon Slayer, which is why I'm bringing her with us this time. Well, we're bringing her anyway, so we want her to go through the Elite Four, basically to learn Moonlight before we finish up with Stadium 2 and Gen 2 in general. Gen 2 in general, how about that? Anyway, she has Double Edge, Ice Punch, Sing, and Metronome, holding her Never Melt Ice item. And make that Ice Punch a little bit stronger. And Machamp here with Strength, Vital Throw, Earthquake, and Leer. Since he can't bring that Brick Piece in, we're going to give him... What did we give him last time? You know what? Let's go with a Quick Claw. We tried that last time. Did that work really well? Let's just go with it. Quick Claw. And we're going to let Zapdos sit out this time around. We're going to bring Articuno, because we're going against the Dragon Trainers. I figure the Ice Beaming Articuno is probably a better bet. Peck, Ice Beam, Water Gun, and Mud Slap, holding the Bright Powder item. That is the team. Let's jump in now and deal with the first of the cool trainers, Gloria. Let's see what she has to offer in terms of opposition. I'm in heavy training with my sights on the summit. Would you spar with me? Sure thing. Articuno, do you want to lead this one off for us, buddy? I think you might. Machamp wouldn't be too bad either, against some of these things at least, but we're going to lead Articuno. We'll bring Machamp. Probably Fluffy is the next best bet, too. Or, you know what? Nah, I think we're going to go with Blaze on that one. Let's do this. Look at this setting.
Gym. Awaiting the challenger are the members of Blackthorn Gym. The first battler is Gloria, a cool trainer.
A cool trainer deserves Articuno, if nothing else. But look at like the dragon teeth here and everything, the Pokeball in the background. They lead with a Pokemon not weak to Ice, but I think we're still get some good damage off with the Ice Beam regardless. Let's do that. So as we go through some of these basic battles, I will mention that just recently, within the past like half hour or so, I just got back from running around doing a little bit of errand work. I have what? Let's switch. But I have just gotten back from, hey, you know what? Blaze coming in. From doing a little bit of running around, working towards what I said at the end of the last episode of Pokemon Silver on Friday. I am taking steps toward getting a 3DS capture board to record good quality 3DS footage onto the computer, because I am getting prepared for when I get Pokemon Moon coming out in November. I want to do a nice, good quality playthrough of that here on the channel for you guys to check out, and basically just to go along with me through the adventures of Gen 7, as I've been doing with the current playthroughs of Gen 1 and Gen 2, Blue and Silver. And then next up, sometime next week... You're not going to land that. Come on, get out of here with that. Well, you did. But anyway, I'm going to punch you. But Gen 3 Sapphire will be starting up next week at some point. And as I said in the episode of Silver, you might not have seen it if you didn't catch it just yet, but I'll remind you, feel free to let me know as some post-game stuff for Pokemon Silver. Do you want to see me go ahead and capture the legendary beasts, Raikou, Entei, Suicune, and do you want me to go up against Ho-Oh and see if I can capture that also? So I'm certainly willing to do that if you guys want to see that. Otherwise, as soon as we deal with the setting at Mount Silver, and for those of you that don't know what's going to happen there, I'm not going to spoil it. But once we're done, oh, critical hit, that's painful. Anyway, as soon as we deal with Mount Silver, if you guys want me just to jump right into Sapphire, I'll do that too. Perfectly fine. I have one Master Ball in Silver, which I could use, but as I've said before, I don't like to use the Master Balls because it's too easy, you know? I like to put the challenge on myself of using just regular Pokeballs. As you obviously saw if you watched the Lugia Showdown, it sometimes comes back to kick me in the butt because we did lose a Pokemon against Lugia, unfortunately. Poor brain. Oh, come on, really? Well, you can't take us with a headbutt, even a critical hit. a Fire Punch will get the KO. But as I say, feel free to let me know, and it's kind of weird me asking, what do you want to see in Silver for next week here on the Stadium 2 playthrough? Because maybe some people that are interested in Stadium 2 footage might not even be watching Silver. But anyway, if you're watching both, give me your feedback. What do you want to see me do in Silver before we finish up and move into Sapphire? And with all that rambling being done, we did finish up with the first Cool Trainer, Gloria. Perfect victory. Of course, we don't gain a continue for that, unfortunately. But we will get those in the stadium, I think. I lost because of that one move. That has to be hit. Yeah, Fire Punch. Essentially. Alright, so Vince is our next opponent. Let's continue. Based on how quick I get through these, I could jump right into the Elite Four. Possibly. Go around with me before you shoot for the top. Alright. What do you have? Oh, this guy's awesome! He's got all the starters. How do we destroy the starters? Let's see here. Well, I could simply... Here's what I'm going to do. Who did I choose? Wait and see. You can probably take a guess at who I chose based on the fact that he's using only starter Pokemon. Leading off with Sheldon the Blastoise. Now, against Squirtle, there's not much we could do. We can go for a Skull Bash, I guess. But we see a Charmander come in, therefore that is a Surf Attack waiting to happen. No need to second guess that, let's just go for it. If they switch out, which they might be doing, I'm expecting Totodile or Squirtle to come in. They'll probably... I don't think it's on a Grass type. That's fine. We have massive defenses. We can go for an Ice Punch as well. Let's get some good damage off of the Surf here, Sheldon. Come on, buddy. You dealt with Gary, Blue, Adrian, whoever you want to call him. You dealt with the Viridian Gym Leader's Arcanine quite well with that Surf Attack. Bulbasaur took it a little bit better, but the Ice Punch... Look how the fists just come out of the shell like that. And that there is a reason why I taught you Ice Punch. Go ahead, get as much damage as you want. We're going to Ice Punch that all away. A little more painful than I thought it was going to be, but I do believe Ice Punch still gets the KO at this range. And we heal ourselves a little bit with the leftovers as well. So let's bring this Bulbasaur down, Sheldon. Boom! Look at the fish just come flying out. I love that. Alright, so the Grass type is down. I would expect this guy would bring a Fire, Grass, and Water Pokemon, so I can probably safely switch out to Sprout if we see a Water type. It's Totodile, not Totodile, everybody. Take note of that. I'm thinking just go for a Skull Bash. Just hanging tough. Let's do this. Gonna increase our defense. And we resist the Stab Water attack. That could have Ice as well, but that's also special base. We have good special defense. Slash might get through the defense, though. Not at all. Alright. So, how much will the Skull Bash manage to do to Totodile? Let's find out right now. Launch the Skull Bash. So he doesn't duck his head in and then shoot that out. And Surf! Yeah, it's like, basically, these unevolved starter Pokemon are facing a massive wall here in our Tortank, which I think is the French name for Blastoise. I remember seeing that in a Omega Ruby Wi-Fi battle at one point. And I love how he ducks his head, he puts his entire body in. But, yeah, I think Tortank is the French name for Blastoise, which sounds amazing, and I thought, like, when they brought in Steel typing in Gen 2, I would have expected that Blastoise might have gained Steel type because, like, the cannons, or if nothing else, I thought Mega Blastoise could have turned into, like, a tank type thing. Or, you know, maybe they're going to have Alola forms for the starter Pokemon, perhaps. That'd be kind of cool, and if they do, I'd like to see some sort of a Steel aspect to Blastoise. Maybe the shell could become, you know, massively hard like Steel or something like that. It happened for Sandshrew and Sandslash, after all. I'm thinking just go for a Surf right now. This might be enough. Let's see how much we're going to do. Even if we don't manage to get the KO, we're not going to activate any Torrent abilities. Of course, no abilities in Gen 2. No, it actually handles that quite well. It's going to Surf us right back, but we're going to respond in kind on the next turn, dropping the Totodile, and Charmander is the final Pokemon after this Surf attack, so another Surf should do the trick. Possibly. We don't have the best special attack, but then it is a Charmander. We are a Blastoise. Pretty sure we're going to get the KO. If not, I've got two other starters I brought with me. Yeah, spoilers, I brought Blaze and Sprout also. But if Sheldon can't get this KO, I'd be kind of shocked. And I said this in a couple stadiums, but you see the, is it Rising Badge, I think it's called, in the background under the Pokeball on the pedestal. This is the last Pokemon, correct, sir. surf away. Is Charmander faster? No, it is not. Alright, so I'd be kind of surprised if this isn't the KO, actually.
That worked perfectly.
And down it goes. Listen to that roar.
There are no more remaining.
That was powerful. Alright, so that is Cool Trainer number 2, down and out. Of course, these are just the appetizers, as we rise up the ranks to get to the gym leader herself, Claire. If I recall correctly, we lost a Pokemon to her in the playthrough of Silver. I suppose there must be many tough trainers. There are certainly a lot of those. Now then, let's see if we can get through Claire with minimal issues. We gotta wait and find out. So, you're aiming for the top? Well, we'll just see about that. Hello, Kingdra. I remember you. We have Dragon Breath for super effective damage. Of course, that's on our Charizard. Don't think I'd be using my Charizard against you, but we see a couple things that are weak to... You know what? I'm going to just lead Articuno. A couple things weak to ice, weak to water, weak to ground. So Articuno has a lot of good coverage. His biggest problems would, of course, be the Arcanine and the Ampharos. We have Earthquake on Machamp. We can deal with him with that Earthquake. And for the Lapras, there's not much Articuno can do to that. I'm thinking I'm going to bring Sheldon. We're going to give the Bite attack a try. This might take us several attempts to get through this, but...
The challenger has finally made it to the final gym leader, Claire of Blackthorn Gym.
Yes, I have.
Let's see if the challenger can snatch victory from her ferocious dragon Pokemon.
And they're leading off with the Kingdra. Alrighty. Let's start things off right. I'm going to start off with some Mud Slap attacks, at least one, to drop the accuracy, as you're just going to go straight up power with a Hydro Pump. We have nice defense.
Yes, it's a hit.
So we handle that okay-ish. The Bright Powder and Mud Slap combo, I'm hoping, is going to cause you to start missing some hits. I think now's the time to go for the Stab Ice Beam. Hopefully decent damage, possible freeze. I'm not going to count on the freeze, of course, because since they're going to miss their Hydro Pump, I can't ask for too many lucky things on my side. They do miss that. Let's land the Ice Beam. Unfortunately, it is part resisted because of the water typing. Not bad, though. So let's go ahead and fire another one of those off. I would expect we're going to take a Hydro Pump now, though. And too bad there are no abilities, because Pressure would have drained all these Hydro Pumps out already. Yes, it did. Alright, so let's get some good damage off of this Articuno. Not damage. Well, it was damage, but a nice freeze, of course. Let's try Mud Slap in case she switches out. Nope, they stay in. Alright, so we're going to go for the Mud Slap, lowering the accuracy of the Frozen Kingdra. That is fine. Should I switch Articuno out? I don't think he can be faster than a lot of the other things that he's worried about. Man! It thawed out. I thought it was supposed to happen during the attack phase of the turn. Now, come on. You have 2 accuracy drops. I have the Bright Powder. Yes! Ice Beam should pick up the KO at this point. Do it! Woo! Alright. Too bad Keaton's not here to get revenge against you, but Keaton is sitting in the injury box for the time being because of you, Kingdra. Next Pokemon in. Hopefully it's going to be something slow. What would be faster? Huh. I'm thinking... switch to Sheldon. We have Ice Punch. Let's give this a try. Because if she did bring the Rhydon, or something else that's kind of slow, then Articuno could possibly get some more damage off before he goes down. And we should be able to resist anything from this except for possible Thunderbolt, but what are the chances of that, right? That's going to be painful. Not terribly painful. Here's the question. That did 40-ish. No, well, it did 50-ish because the leftovers healed up. We could survive 2 more of those. I'm trying to consider, should I go for Bide? I think it's a little too risky. I'm going to go with an Ice Punch. Although, since we are faster, Bide would have been a good way to go. We could have outsped and taken this outrage damage, taken the next one, and doubled all that back to it. But We should at least survive one more outrage unless it's critical, because we did just heal up with leftovers once again. Since we're faster, we can land the Ice Punch on Dragonair. Let's do that. Launch those Fists of Fury, buddy. One more, we'll get the KO on Dragonair. It's confused, but it still lands the outrage. No criticals, no criticals. Yes, Sheldon hangs in there. Alright. Ice Punch once more for the KO on Dragonair. And what else would she have that's threatening? Arcanine, well, we could Earthquake the Arcanine, or the Rhydon, or the Ampharos using Machamp. I'm going to let Sheldon stay in, I think, depending on what comes in. Let's see. The Rhydon. Pretty sure Sheldon will outspeed this if he outsped the Dragonair. Surf Attack, I believe, is going to be a KO. Let's do this, Sheldon. Surf away, buddy. I'm just calling up a torrent or a tidal wave of water. Goodbye. Alright, we managed to pull through clear without losing a single Pokemon this time. Well done indeed. Thank you, Claire. Alright, we've got through all 8 gym leaders in Gym Leader Castle. This is such a step up from our playthrough of Pokémon Stadium 1. I'm happy. Are you happy? I hope so. You're skilled enough to hold your own against the Elite Four. I hope so. Alright then, let's move on into the Elite Four. Look at this, the entire scene changes. I thought it was Team Rocket again for a second. You won through the ranks to reach me. I'm impressed. We, the Elite Four, will face you from here. To reach me, and then you say we. Well, who's speaking? I don't even know. But anyway, we're going to just take a quick step in here. Look at the way this pedestal is just stretched out over the horizon, it looks like. So we have time in this episode. I think we're just jumping right in. We're going to take on Will first, of course, the Psychic Trainer. What is he wearing on his face? Is that like supposed to be a Voltorb mask with one of the eyes missing? I don't know. But what I'm going to do, I do have Zapdos as an option to bring in. I think for the time being, we're going to go in with the team that we were just using since we started off the episode with them. And Machamp, you're going to get yourself the Quick Claw. We're going to bring Articuno for the time being. If need be, if we do fail, I'll just sort of cut back to who I fail on, and I can bring in Zapdos if I need to. Have you studied up on Psychic-type Pokemon? Well, I got defeated by one against Sabrina in Silver, so I know a little bit. So, our most specially defensive is Fluffy, of course, and she could Ice Punch and Double Edge a lot of these things. We do see an opposing Clefable as well. Probably going to have Psychic. Machamp is super effective against it. I'm going to bring Fluffy, I'm going to bring Machamp. And probably our next best defensive one, I would say, is Articuno. And he can get some Ice Beam off on 2 of these things at least, so let's go with this.
Whoa! Following the Challengers' victories over the gym leaders,
We're here.
the Elite Four have barred the way. The leadoff battler is Will, the Psychic Pokemon user.
Let's do this, Fluffy. You fought your way through the Elite Four once before, you can do it again, I believe in you. Pokeball opens, we see a Flying type. That's what I was hoping to see. That or the Exeggutor. So, should I save Fluffy? Because I can bring in Articuno. I'm going to do that. Let's cancel that, bring Articuno in. Don't really think there's too much that the Xatu can do to Articuno, so we can go for an Ice Beam on the next turn. Come on back, Fluffy. We'll save you for a later battle. As the legendary Ice Bird itself comes out. Let's see what the Xatu goes for.
What's the opening game?
Psychic Attack. Alright.
Great hit.
Not bad. Not bad. I will give you that.
What impact will this Pokemon
Ice Beam.
have
See if we
on
can
the
possibly pick up a Freeze. And Xatu is faster, unfortunately.
That was good.
If I had brought Zapdos, this would be a whole other story. Come on, Articuno. You can do this.
A powerful blow.
You can't quite do this,
They're
but
both hanging tough.
since I don't think we have anything that will outspeed, I'm going to let Articuno drop at this point. Probably, well, Machamp would be destroyed by this thing. So Fluffy has to come in and Ice Punch.
Oh, it has no strength left.
We could lose our first attempt against Will, and if so, in the next episode I can bring back the Zapdos onto the team and get some good damage off on Xatu. Plus, he would be good against the Exeggutor as well for Drill Peck.
Joining the battle.
Alright, too bad Heat Wave isn't a thing just yet, because that is a Fire-type move that Zapdos can learn, which would be good against the Exeggutor as well, but that's a... is it Gen 4 move, I think, or even Gen 5? So Fluffy has even better special defense than Articuno. Good to know. Boom. Xatu does fall. And hopefully we're going to see the Clefable, because I just realized I willingly brought a Machamp in against the Psychic-type trainer, so... not the best choice on my side.
Oh, it's Exeggutor!
Exeggutor! Alright, this is, as I say, an Ice Punch once again. I could try to sing it, but I think we can get some good damage off with a couple of Ice Punches. Is it going to be a 2-hit KO? Looks like it might be. Oh! Very clever, Will. It's almost like you saw into the future and saw that coming. Now, let's get some good damage off with Ice Punch. Machamp, if he outspeeds, could finish this thing up with a Strength attack. And hopefully the Clefable is the final Pokemon. Now, our first attempt is already not looking that good. However, we're not going to despair just yet. Hopefully Machamp is faster than a big ol' palm tree of the non-Alola variety.
Oh, it's Machamp!
Let's do this, Machamp. Fire off the Strength attack.
One Pokemon is still capable.
Now, hopefully you're faster.
But the other one looks tired.
Yes. Alright, and launch that rock, buddy. Down goes Exeggutor. Let's see the final Pokemon. It's not going to be Clefable, is it? It's going to be something super effective, isn't it? It's going to be probably Kadabra.
Oh, it's Girafarig.
Or Girafarig.
It's just one-on-one now.
I'm going to try something slightly risky. I'm going to go Vital Throw. It is Stab, and it would be neutral. You only got Psy Beam. We might be able to handle that. Okay, we handled that. We get the Vital Throw off. The risky play here is that I'm going to hope the Quick Claw activates and we can get some good damage off with Earthquake. However, I do not think Earthquake will get the KO. And the Quick Claw doesn't even kick in, so it doesn't matter. We lose attempt number 1 already against the Elite Four. But that's okay. We're going to save our next attempt for the next episode as Machamp falls. But I'll bring Zapdos around this time. And I'll see if I can bring somebody else as well. I don't know. I have to take a look at who's in my collection. But anyway, that is going to wrap up today's episode. It's a little bit shorter than the others, but I don't want to get too far into the Elite Four before I can, get things set up. Sorry for that, but I'm shooting for the top myself. So feel free to leave a comment down below, folks. Let me know what you thought of today's episode and what you think I should do for the next episode. Although that being said, I'm going to record the next episode right now, so I won't even be able to take your comments into consideration. But, feel free to leave a comment anyway, and I'll be happy to respond. So, stay tuned tomorrow for our next attempt at the Elite Four. Hopefully we'll finish up Gym Leader Castle, but since there's 4 trainers, we might not be able to get through them all in one episode. We'll have to come back tomorrow to find out if we can complete Gym Leader Castle, or if there's going to be a massive cliffhanger until next weekend. Anyway, all that being said, Professor Chaz is now signing off. Thank you for checking out today's video, and I'll catch you next time.